All right, parents, it's time for some straight up truth. The one thing that no one else is talking about when it comes to what's really causing the dramatic rise in chronic health issues within our kids, it's this: birth trauma. Have you been told that your child's chronic health issues are a result of the three G's: genetics and gluten and gut health? The conventional medical system still blames genetics and bad luck, and holistic or natural doctors tend to only talk about the toxins like gluten and dairy and pesticides and preservatives and dyes and so forth. But what if there is way more to this story than just genetics, than just poor gut health and just gluten? What if your child's chronic health challenges were first triggered and set in motion during the very first moments of life here on the outside? All the things that happen during birth. After years of clinical practice, I can tell you that the single biggest cause or trigger of chronic illness within our kids is something that hardly no one is talking about: birth interventions and trauma from interventions such as inductions and C-sections, forceps, and vacuums, and so forth. This video is going to be for parents whose children are facing chronic health issues, developmental delays, or neurological challenges, and are still searching for answers after feeling like they've tried seemingly everything. So in this video, we're going to explore and we're going to dive deep into the hidden connection between birth trauma, brainstem injuries, and neurological dysfunction and delays within our kids. You're going to learn how common birth interventions can trigger a cascade of neurodevelopmental issues, setting the stage for a wide range of chronic health challenges, and discover a more transformative approach to addressing birth trauma through neurologically focused chiropractic care. Parents, did you know that there are recent studies that have shown that assisted deliveries, particularly those involving forceps and vacuum extractions, are more common than previously thought? So approximately 30% of all babies in the US are born via C-section. And for us here in Houston, that number ranges between about 32 and 40%. And so in our practice, we often see children with chronic health issues that can be traced back to complications during birth, such as colic or digestive problems and sleep disturbances and even developmental delays. So parents, here are the reasons and the factors as to why interventions at delivery are considered detrimental. So the first is that it disrupts and it dysregulates our nervous system. So birth interventions such as the use of forceps or suction from vacuums or the physical stressors that are associated with cesareans often lead to neurospinal dysfunction and subluxation, which is misalignments and interference within our neurological communication and the connection between our brain and our body. The most commonly and severely affected areas are within the brainstem, the upper neck, and the cranium or the skull, as well as some of the upper back regions too. Number two is that subluxation, nervous system dysregulation, and dysfunction go hand in hand with stress and dysautonomia and the basic primary functions of our bodies. So subluxation and neurological dysfunction in these particular areas lead to immediate challenges with essential health functions for infant and our children, like latching and swallowing and breastfeeding or sleeping and digesting our food and so much more. So once this physical injury sets in and gets the nervous system out of balance, which is something called dysautonomia and dysregulation, when this sets in, leading to multiple body functions being off track and dysfunctional, like our digestion or our respiration or our immune function, or even some of our bigger kids, our sensory motor functions being the most negatively affected. The other big part that we talk about is the impact on our developmental milestones. So disruptions within our nervous system function from birth trauma may affect a child's developmental milestones. So problems such as delays in their walking and their talking, their motor skills, those can sometimes be traced back to nervous system impairments caused by birth. The biggest one is the long-term health issues associated. So according to a lot of the researches outside of chiropractic and within chiropractic, as well as like our big resource within the PX docs, the impact of birth trauma isn't always immediately apparent, and it can manifest as various health issues over time. So including digestive disorders or learning disabilities or behavioral challenges. These conditions are often the result of compromised nervous system function and a strained or overwhelmed nervous system that stem from the initial birth process and birth injuries. So, parents, first, it's important to know that this is entirely overlooked and dismissed by medicine. And even if they did admit how big of a problem that this is, they can't do anything about it. The big thing here is that at Haven Family Chiropractic, we first dive deep into your child's case history. So, helping to determine if birth intervention with trauma were at play and a part of the problem. The second thing that we do, which is the most important thing that you can do to find out if birth trauma and nervous system dysfunction and dysregulation are causing your child's health issues, is to get into our office for a series of neurological exams called the insight scans, which allows us to look for if subluxation and nervous system dysfunction is happening. If it's there, how much and how significant are these findings? And if we find that, how much care and how long is it going to take for us to restore optimal neurological function and good health for your child? So, parents, as we've explored today, the impact of birth trauma on your child's health can be profound and long lasting. Unfortunately, this critical issue often goes unaddressed within the standard medical system, or even most holistic or natural health practices too. But there is hope, and there are solutions outside of conventional treatments that can make a real difference within your child's life. So at Haven Family Chiropractic, we understand the nuances of birth-related challenges and chronic health issues. That's why we start with that comprehensive look into your child's case history, to be able to delve deep to connect the dots, considering whether birth interventions and trauma could be at the root of all of these health issues that we're facing. So one of the most crucial steps that you can take is to bring your child into the office for the neurological insight scans. This isn't just any checkup. It's a focused, detailed series of neurological exams designed to pinpoint the dysfunction and the dysregulation within your child's nervous system. So with these scans, we're really able to determine the presence and the extent of that nervous system dysfunction, because the severity of these issues and their potential impact on your child's health. And most importantly, we tailor a care plan that's specific to restoring your child's optimal neurological function and overall health. So if you suspect that your child's challenge might stem from birth trauma after watching this video, don't wait. Comment below or even send our office a DM, because we want you to visit our website and we want to work together to be able to finally get to the real root cause of your child's health challenges and get them on the path to healing and recovery that you've long been searching for. Parents, I want to thank you for watching, and remember, you're not alone on this journey. We're here to help every single step of the way.